this week. So we're going to look at like different ways of generating power. So just inside of Gyaku, and like that most basic way of generating power, or like certainly one of the earliest things we work on is that rotation. Yeah, so just working on that Gyaku, making sure you're having that full rotation, even though like sort of in your kamae, a bit more of a natural stance. Try not to let that front knee be moving around. Try and use that inner thigh muscle to have that squeeze, and then just rotate through. Yeah, I want you to penetrate the pad, but without this sort of like push. Yeah, so make sure you've got that snap to get that kinetic power transfer, to get that hand back where it's useful, and just have that rotation, that back hip drive, and then in. Yeah, try and keep that lat connected so you're not allowing it to come up. Yeah, again, 10 on each hand, still keeping it light. Yeah, but really make sure you're working on that full rotation each time. Okay, guys? Cool. 10, 10. Off you go. Yeah, so we're going to add, like, same thing, just going to add each time. Yeah, so like I say, we've been talking about this rotation, and make sure each time we add, we don't take away. Yeah? I'm still full of cold. So I'm like, just bear with it. Whew. I ain't been on. I feel like it's lasted forever. Yeah, so this time as well as that rotation, we touched on it last time with the previous one, yeah, guys, but I want you to think about using like your inner thigh here. So we talk about this fairly often. If I squeeze this inner leg, you can see it starts to bring that forward here. So as well as thinking about pushing off that back hip, as well as thinking about this upper body rotation, also think about that front foot, sorry, that front leg, helping to take that mass forward. Yeah? Same thing again. 10, 10, 10, 10. Yeah? Go. You breathe automatically, yeah, guys. But now I want you to have sort of a bit more of a consciousness with your breathing here. So that breathe in, sort of almost like that. Expand and then contract here. So again, we've spoken about this rotation, but now I also want you to think about this close here. So this idea of trying to get that right shoulder down towards your left hip, and obviously the same on the opposite leg, the left hip trying to come up to meet your right shoulder. So you're having this diagonal close here in time with that breath, yeah? Breathe. Obviously, like I'm exaggerating and vocalizing, I don't necessarily want you to do that, yeah? But making sure that, almost like you're coughing, yeah? Like if you cough, which I'm doing a lot of recently, you have that contraction, yeah? The same thing with the hit, yeah? So rotate, close in, and contract and expand, yeah? 10, 10, 10, 10, go. One quick point here, Dave. You were doing this with your right arm, but not your left. I'm sure you're not the only one doing it. Try not to anticipate the hit. Yeah, so like obviously on impact, we want to have that muscular connection. So like there's mass behind the technique. But as soon as that comes before the technique, like you tense, and tension is the death of speed here. And of course we need speed to generate as much power as possible. So you have to have that ability to be completely relaxed and then you tense on impact, yeah, but not before. And I know, of course, like you're looking at the target and you want to hit it as hard as you can. So like naturally you might tense up. Try not to do that before you actually hit, yeah, guys. That's like that idea of shimmy, yeah, which is that shoring up, that connection on the point of impact and not before, yeah. So make sure you're working on that. Okay, we'll add last final one. Again, just looking around the class. Like a lot of you, your back heel is rooted to the floor, yeah, and you can have like a certain amount of push, I guess, from that heel-floor connection, but like as we've spoken about many times before, yeah, that arch of the foot, that spring, generates considerably more power, yeah? So try and use that feeling to make impact as opposed to keeping that rooted and almost like punching over yourselves, yeah? So now we have that rotation, we have that closure, we have this contraction, we have this idea of coordinating with our breath, shimmy, and that arch of the foot drive. And hopefully, as we add and add and add, a person holding the pad your side feel a difference. Yeah. If not, you're doing it wrong. So 10, 10, 10, 10. Yeah. Go. This time, going to add something we wouldn't normally add, but again, like we're looking at different ways of making power. Is making the strongest punch as possible. Yeah. So for now, I want that pullback. Yeah, which is what you naturally want to do when you hit hard. Yeah, instinctively expanding, making this movement bigger before closing in. Yeah. This doesn't work if you separate. Yeah. Remember, our body can hold that plyometric energy for 0.16, 0.1 seconds. Yeah. So the feeling, as soon as this is coming back, you're driving forward. Yeah. All of those same points, squeezing, rotating, even easier now, and then into it. Okay, guys. So without like putting yourself too much at risk, just that open feeling and then closing. Yeah. 10, 10, 10, 10. Go. This one. This time, taking that even one step further. Yeah. Low grades, what's our Sensei said? If I said we never want to break our Sensei set. Center line. Good. Yeah. Sensei set. The idea is that there's a straight line between like top of your head all the way down through. So we rotate around like sort of these 3 points. We rotate around hip, hip, center. In Shotokan karate, we very rarely break it. Yeah. When's the first time we do break it in kata? Talk about it often. Yes, Basadai Yamsu. Yeah. That mountain punch. Yeah. We're now effectively going to be doing that. Yeah. So that wind up. And then, so essentially a hook, yeah, just slightly straighter for this idea of the pad. So rather than this sort of feeling, almost like you're coming slightly down, yeah, and in, all of the same point, squeeze, close, rotate, just breaking and then coming home. Okay, guys, 10, 10, 10, 10, go. So again, adding to this a little bit now we can also work on a little bit more with the legs, the idea of that stretch, shorten cycle. Okay, guys, so we have this sort of like, we've been working on single rotation a little bit, which is like, going back to what Stuart Sensei talked about. We're only going to do 2 tonight, we're not going to do the third. But this first one is that idea of that shot put throw, yeah? So everything into that single rotation, which is what we've been doing yet. And the second one more akin to like throwing a baseball, throwing a javelin, where you have this wind up and then release. Yeah, working on this stretch, shorten cycle muscles, stretching the muscle and then close it to make impact. Yeah. So this time again, like we are still going to rotate, but this time it's more of a 1-2. Yeah. So you're going to allow your front hip to go forward and then the back hip closes. Yeah. Stretch and then shorten into the punch. Yeah. Still the breath, the expansion, not just thinking about this top part, that bottom half closing in as well. Yeah. 10, 10, 10, 10. Everyone got it? Oh, off you go. You're going to be close, virtually off touching, yeah? We're going to work on that contraction idea. We're going to work on that breath. So the feeling is, I am not going to move my arm. I'm just going to squeeze in, yeah? So this, that contraction in here. So I'm not building up, just the idea of being dead close, squeeze and punch. Yeah? What? Not quite, but that idea, because of course, like we have to be able to be close and generate, yeah? Like like this is like much stronger than this, but there's a very good chance by the time that you've done that, they've done that, they've seen you coming. Well, of course they can see you coming with that, but it's a much shorter time, yeah? So it's that sort of weighing up between one's faster, one's stronger, which one is more appropriate. Of course, this one, we're dead close. I only have time to sink into it, yeah? We still need to be able to do that from close range, yeah? So like I say, I don't want any wind up, just off, even if you can do it touching, yeah? That's almost like that, coughing feeling, close, 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 and in, yeah? 10, 10, 10, 10, go. Okay, Kizami, yeah? So Kizami, the first one, just that front side, going in and back, yeah? This is going to feel weak because compared to the gap, it is weak, yeah? It's just that front hand and back. Make sure it doesn't become a push, snapping back. Also just watching down as some of you where you are starting to hit harder, stuff like this is starting to happen, yeah? Like I say, make sure this is coming back, whichever punch you're doing, coming back to a position where it's useful, yeah? 10 Kizamis, change 10, 10, yeah? Go. This time a little bit further away. And again, thinking predominantly about that front hip, also now a little bit of back leg drive and just driving in and back, yeah? So using that front hip, using that back leg to drive that in, yeah? So getting a little bit more mass. Not to pick on Kelly, but I just saw her do it. When you rotate, when you drive forward, don't let your back foot turn out, yeah? Like I say, where we're allowing that lift, like that's fine, yeah? The idea of driving forward and then pushing back, yeah? Much harder to drive from here, much harder to come back from there, yeah? In and back, making sure this is predominantly coming from that hip. Left hip, if it's forward, right foot, and then back, yeah? 10, 10, 10, 10. Good. Good. Last one with Kizami, yeah? So this time, and then it, yeah? So my left hip is coming back, and then in, yeah? Pull and in, pull and in, yeah? Get that, guys? So it's the pull of the hip that cocks this arm, drive of the hip that sends it back out, yeah? Smooth, 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 yeah? 10, 10, 10, 10, go. Start off with, it's going to be double punch, just that straight rotation, yeah? So make sure you're punching across. Start with the Kizami, yeah? So no steps, no build up, just direct, yeah? In, keeping that other hand useful, in, keeping that other hand useful and back, yeah? Make sure when you go fast, you're not just going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 doubles, yeah? Rotate, rotate. Yeah? And then at the back, 5 push-ups. Next person on. When you get to, so when Tim Sensei gets back, change. Yeah? Everyone got it? Let's go, let's go. Okay. Second one, yeah? This time with that front step, the feeling is that front step as well as using that hip to hit, you've now stretched for the second one, yeah? So using that frontal load and then in, yeah? So in, and rotate. As I said to a few of you, you are not rotating on that second punch yet. This is not about just getting the punches out as fast as possible. This is about hitting with impact yet, guys. So make sure, like, front hip on that first one, then drive that back hip in on the second one. Yeah? 5, 5, 5, 5. Sit up, sit back. This time, that pull, and hit, and then stretching it. Yeah, so like it's a bit more separate this time. That feeling of dropping back and hitting, and then throwing that punch in after. Yeah, so like, cause it's almost like a, I guess a circle. Yeah, so you bring it back, and then in with the second one. Okay, guys. 5, 5, 5, 5. Squats it back. Can't do squats. Do an exercise you can do. Yeah.